Prince Louis, the cheekiest member of the royal family, has a knack for capturing attention wherever he goes. At just 6 years old, his playful energy and unfiltered honesty have made him a fan favorite.
Are the British royals losing their charm? For all the wrong reasons, they've been making headlines, with their actions drawing public scrutiny over their leadership. Adding to the drama, Prince Louis recently displayed misconduct that led to his suspension, leaving the media in shock. What did Prince Louis do? And what has the media got to say about it? Join us as we find out why Prince Louis gets suspended after correcting school's test error, not knowing his royal status. The outspoken personality of Prince Louis. Even though Prince Louis is widely respected because he's a prince, he's been branded as an outspoken kid. However, the royal family seems to be okay with his attitude. Even though the royal family may have its share of scandals, they remain entirely different from ordinary people, and Prince Louis just proved it. At only 6 years old, Prince Louis already possesses knowledge that is likened to only adults. What's even more surprising is that this level of intelligence is considered ordinary in the royal household. Prince Louis was quite known for his bright personality. When he was born, he was calm until he started growing. Recently, Louis has angered the media, making critics demand high discipline on him regardless of his status. But could it be because of an overlooked behavior he's always displayed as a kid? Prince Louis has never experienced one part of royal life that Prince George and Princess Charlotte have. Even though he has delighted royal watchers with his hilarious antics for years, from pulling silly faces at the Platinum Jubilee to trying to blow out Princess Charlotte's candle at their mom's Christmas Carol concert, Prince Louis has been known to be an energetic kid. But while Prince George and Princess Charlotte have racked up a few passport stamps during royal tours with their parents, Prince Louis has yet to join Prince William and Princess Kate on any official overseas visits. Prince George made his first big international splash in Australia and New Zealand when he was just 9 months old, charming crowds down under while interacting with a bilby at the zoo. Princess Charlotte wasn't far behind, joining her parents and big brother for a tour of Canada.
Prince William and Kate are headed across the pond this weekend for a royal visit to Canada. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will spend the next week on a tour of our neighbor up in the north. They have a packed schedule, visiting 7 different communities throughout the country.
When she was 16 months old and providing plenty of amazing moments herself.
We are definitely going to get to see them, and that really is where the enthusiasm is coming from with this tour in particular. William and Kate were in Canada in 2011, but this time the added bonus of the children is really causing a lot of excitement. So
both George and Charlotte also joined their parents for a trip to Poland and Germany in 2017, where the little princess famously threw a royal tantrum at the Hamburg airport. After Prince Louis was born in 2018,
Now to Islamabad, where Prime Minister Imran Khan is meeting the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince William and Kate Middleton.
The first major tour William and Kate went on was to Pakistan the following October, but they didn't bring any of the children along. Prince George, who turned 5 shortly after his little brother's arrival, started school at Thomas's Battersea in 2017. Since then, the Prince and Princess of Wales have continued the practice of leaving their kids at home when they've gone on overseas tours. With all 3 children now in full-time school, the idea of pulling them out for long periods of time seems unlikely. But when Charlotte and George were younger, it was certainly easier to bring them along. Even if Prince Louis has experienced a slightly different childhood than his siblings, he's been mastering the art of stealing the show back home in England. And now that he's old enough to make more public appearances, it's highly possible Louis could join his parents for an overseas visit on a school break one of these days. Charlotte, who was in 4th year then, goes to Lambrook School with her brothers, Prince George and Prince Louis, The siblings started at the school near Windsor in fall 2022. While Charlotte was acting like any other child, some people might have misunderstood her father's statement and even suggested that the young princess wasn't interested in her studies. But that is just some distance away from the truth. Many people claim Louis and Charlotte are mischievous children who should be disciplined in school. But it's quite strange to many who think why royal children should have school tests. However, the prince has done something that got him suspended. Why is the media so angry at the prince? And what has the Duchess and Duke got to say about this? Prince Louis gets suspended after correcting school's test error. What happened during the test Prince Louis wrote has left many amazed. In a shocking turn of events, Prince Louis, the youngest of the royal family, has been expelled from his new school due to his alleged bad conduct. This news, when it got to Princess Kate Middleton and Prince Williams, left the both of them devastated. It has also left the Dutch and Duchess of Cambridge devastated, sparking debate about how children are raised in society, especially children coming from influential families. It's quite saddening to know that the expulsion came as a complete shock to the royal family and the public alike. Prince Louis, who had recently turned 6, had just begun his education in St. George's School, an exclusive institution known for its rigorous curriculum and indices on good behavior. However, it seems that the young prince struggled to adapt to the strict rules and regulations of his new environment. Sources reveal that the young prince has been involved in a series of disruptive incidents, ranging from a refusal to follow instructions to disrespectful behavior towards his teachers and fellow students. This worse behavior of his was put under scrutiny when he rudely corrected a teacher in class during test, getting a public mockery from other students at the teacher. To the young prince, he was just trying to have fun and didn't know the implications of his bad behavior. But this continuous attitude has brought him to submission for discipline. The school administration, after careful consultation with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, made a difficult decision to expel the young prince and ordered to maintain discipline and uphold the school's values. Kate Middleton and Williams, who have always been dedicated parents, are reportedly heartbroken by the turn of events. They had high hopes for their son's education and wanted to see him flourish in the academic environment. However, the expulsion has left both parents of this poor prince questioning their parenting abilities. However, amidst the disappointments, the incident has made a lot of people question why a kid should be thrown to the headlines just because of a singular mistake. Whilst many believed it's because he's a prince, that's why his every move is scrutinized, some critics believe he'd always displayed this character from home, but his parents overlooked it as his outspoken smart behavior. Amidst all these, the media is highly disappointed in Williams and Kate and blame the upbringing of this poor kid. But did Williams and Kate really raise their children well? And what surrounds his future after this expulsion? Prince Williams and Princess Kate taught their children well. From the body language during the public events that the royal children attended, Judy James explained that it's quite evident that William and Kate have been guiding their 2 older children on how to smile, wave, and shake hands. Although George and Charlotte still seem a little shy about initiating handshakes, Louis has been more outspoken than them, participating in events like an adult. Charlotte, however, doesn't seem to rely on her older brother or Louis for guidance, acting independently. As James points out, Charlotte seems to be confident in these small formal gestures and rarely looks at George, letting everyone know that she understands what to do on her own. Many who follow the royal family's affairs often say that Prince Louis is outspoken and have been following the guidance of his elder sister, Princess Charlotte, making the princess a favorite among the public. But as the kingdom gets ready for the rise of his father to the throne, questions surround if Prince Louis will become the future king, or his elder sister will outshine him in future. Princess Charlotte is presently the third to the throne, and her chances of becoming the ruler of Britain are very slim. Even though becoming a royal is simple, to become king, you have to be born into the royal family. Prince William is first in line to the throne, and his son, Prince George, is second. This means they are in a solid position for the throne. But what about Prince Louis? And what's his position in relation to the throne? Prince Louis's position to the throne. The royal family doesn't overthink names or titles. Many of the royal family members closest to the throne will use different titles over time, so it's nothing unusual. For example, Prince William started as Prince William and then became the Duke of Cambridge. When his father became king, he took on the titles of Duke of Cornwall and Prince of Wales. So when Prince William becomes king, his children's titles will change too. Prince Louis Arthur Charles of Wales is fourth in line to the British throne. He is the youngest child of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Marlene Koenig, an expert on British and European royalty, was asked to share her insights on what titles would be given to royal children. Koenig, who has worked as a news librarian for CNN, NPR, and the Daily Telegraph, and written many books about the royal family, explained how Prince William's future would affect the titles of his children. She also highlighted the differences between Prince George's future and that of his siblings. It's possible that Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis may not receive titles in the future, depending on how the line of succession unfolds. But titles won't stop Louis from shining. Here's why. For many years, the rules of succession in the UK favored male heirs. Boys automatically took precedence over their older sisters, even if the girls were firstborn. Queen Victoria's first child was a daughter, Princess Victoria, born in 1840. However, her second child, a son, born in 1841, became the heir and later became King Edward VII. Following the implementation of the Perth Agreement, which replaced male preference primogeniture with absolute primogeniture, he is the first British prince to be ranked behind an elder sister in the line of succession. Over time, as society's views on gender evolved, these old rules were seen as unfair. Many European monarchies, like those in Sweden and Denmark, changed their succession laws to follow birth order regardless of gender. In 2011, Commonwealth leaders agreed to a law that ended gender bias in succession. This change was made while the Duchess of Cornwall was expecting her first child, ensuring that whether the baby was a boy or girl, it would be Prince William's heir. Their first child, Prince George, was born in 2013, followed by Princess Charlotte in 2015. Many believed that to this change, Princess Charlotte remains third in line to the throne after her father and older brother. The birth of Prince Louis has not altered her position. This means that Charlotte might outsmart Louis to become queen one day, and her title could change or be restored in the future. Even if she does not become the ruler of Britain, there is still a role that is well suited for her in the royal court as a royal princess. In the Commonwealth realms, upon the death of a sovereign, the heir apparent or heir presumptive succeeds to the throne immediately, with no need for confirmation or further ceremony. Nevertheless, the Accession Council meets and decides upon the making of the Accession Proclamation, which by custom has for centuries been ceremonially proclaimed in public places in London, York, Edinburgh, and other cities. The anniversary is observed throughout the sovereign's reign as Accession Day, including royal gun salutes in the United Kingdom. Formerly, a new sovereign proclaimed their own accession. However, on the death of Elizabeth I, an Accession Council met to proclaim the accession of James I to the throne of England. James was then in Scotland and reigning as King James VI of Scotland. This precedent has been followed since. Now, the Accession Council normally meets in St. James's Palace. Proclamations since James I's have usually been made in the name of the Lord Spiritual and Temporal, the Privy Council, the Lord Mayor, aldermen and citizens of the City of London, and other principal gentlemen of quality, though there have been variations in some proclamations. The proclamation of accession of Elizabeth II was the first to make mention of representatives of members of the Commonwealth. Upon their accession, a new sovereign is required by law to make and subscribe several oaths. The Bill of Rights of 1689 first required the sovereign to make a public declaration of non-belief in Roman Catholicism. This declaration, known as the Accession Declaration, is required to be taken either at the first meeting of Parliament of their reign during the state opening of Parliament or at their coronation, whichever occurs first. The wording of the declaration was changed in 1910 as the previous wording was deemed to be overly anti-Catholic. Rather than denouncing Roman Catholicism, the sovereign now declares themselves to be a Protestant and that they will uphold and maintain the Protestant succession. In addition to the Accession Declaration, the new sovereign is required by the Acts of Union. 1707 to make an oath to maintain and preserve the Church of Scotland. This oath is normally made at the sovereign's first meeting of the Privy Council following their accession. According to the Regency Act 1937, should the sovereign be under the age of 18, such oaths and declarations required to be taken by the sovereign shall be made upon attainment of that age. After a period of mourning, the new sovereign is usually consecrated and crowned in Westminster Abbey. Normally, the Archbishop of Canterbury officiates, though the sovereign may designate any other bishop of the Church of England. A coronation is not necessary for a sovereign to reign. For example, Edward VIII was never crowned, yet during his short reign was the undoubted king. But what makes Prince Louis outstanding? And what's his net worth? Prince Louis has outstanding qualities. Prince William and Kate have often spoken about encouraging their 3 children in a range of activities, from rugby to horse riding to ballet. And now, the Prince of Wales has shared a particularly loud new hobby that 6-year-old Louis has taken up. In an interview at the Tusk Awards in central London with Ronnie Wood and Mark Knopfler, William shared that his youngest is learning the drums. That's why he spent his entire life with his fingers in his ears. The musicians were there in their capacity as supporters of the conservation charity Tusk Trust, which William is patron of, as he proudly talked about his son. The Prince of Wales also referenced his children in a speech the same evening, albeit in a much more serious tone. He noted that he doesn't want his children to live in a world where swallows still migrate, gorillas still live in the cloud forests of Uganda, and rhinos still roam the arid rangelands of Namibia. According to him, it will be thanks to extraordinary leaders, such as those that are being celebrated today, that this will happen. William and Kate are keen for their children to enjoy a childhood masked by their positions. However, from time to time they bring them to public events or feature them in public messages, such as the video that Kate memorably released to announce she had finished chemotherapy.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team.
Last year, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis all accompanied their parents to Kate's carol service at Westminster Abbey, and the annual service is expected to be a family outing again this year when it is recorded on December 6th. Although Prince Louis isn't the richest royal kid, he is quite wealthy, having $70 million. That's solely due to the fact that he's coming for a family that earns a lifespan of wealth. The royal family works both for themselves and for the public. They also have businesses that generate around $28 billion in total wealth. Many people think the royals live off taxpayer money, but that's only partly true. The average cost to taxpayers is just $1.5 per person per year, and the royal family costs about $560 million annually. However, they bring in over $2 billion to the United Kingdom's economy each year. A very large chunk of the royal family's income comes from the sovereign grant, which includes properties and farms in the United Kingdom that generate hundreds of millions each year. Other sources of income include the Privy Purse, the Duchy of Lancaster, and the Duchy of Cornwall, which involve various investments, land, and assets. As it stands, the princess is currently proving to be an asset to the royal family, and even if she does not get to become queen, she might take over the reins of managing her family's large business portfolio. But what was the emotional chat between Prince William and George? And how has the media reacted to his compromising view on homelessness? Prince William's emotional chats with George. Prince Louis may be the future king, but Prince William is the same as other parents when it comes to ferrying his 3 children backwards and forwards to school. The Prince of Wales, along with wife Kate, are regulars on the school run, taking their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, to class every day. In a surprised revelation, William has exposed the secret chats he has with the 3 youngsters as he drops off and collects them from school. In a teaser for a brand new ITV documentary, he reveals that he uses the school run to tell his children about homelessness, just as his late mother did when he was a boy, as he attempts to find ways to tackle the issue.
What has impressed you most about her?
I think just the qualities that are essential for somebody in a leadership role.
William said he talks to the trio when they spot rough sleepers, much in the same way that his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, did when he and his brother, Prince Harry, were children. In a clip from the upcoming show, William was asked when he felt the right time would be to introduce George, Charlotte, and Louis to homelessness. He also said that he does not think it is really important to let children know about those kind of conversations, especially when they are small, so they understand the world around them rather than just living in their own worlds. The prince was followed for the new ITV program during the first year of his Homewards initiative. The campaign is a major long-term focus for William, who has told how visiting shelters with his late mother when he was a child left a deep and lasting impression and inspired his work. According to Prince William, Homewards aims to develop a blueprint for eradicating homelessness in all its forms, making it rare, brief, and unrepeated. Elsewhere in the show, William sends a strange message to critics who have questioned if he should lead a homelessness campaign. In the preview footage, the future king is quizzed about those who might question whether he is the right person to lead the project. In response, he insists he has no other agenda than desperately trying to help people in need through his drive to tackle homelessness, and describes how he views his royal role as attempting to influence and help where he can. Prince William has raised hopes of a royal reconciliation with Prince Harry, with a gesture he hasn't made in 6 years. The 2 brothers have seemingly been at loggerheads since Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle started. It deteriorated further when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex quit royal life and the United Kingdom in 2020.
I don't see it as cutting at all. My brother and I love each other. I love him deeply. There has been a lot of pain between the 2 of us, especially the last 6 years. None of anything that I've written and anything I've included is ever intended to hurt my family.
Harry has since made damaging claims about William in his memoir, Spare, further angering the heir to the throne. William, along with Queen Camilla, are the major stumbling blocks between Harry and repairing his relationship with King Charles, who is also keen to move on. But the Prince of Wales may have offered the first sign of an olive branch in a new documentary being screened next week. William publicly names Harry for what is thought to be the first time in 6 years. In it, he notes his intentions to recount his trip to a homeless shelter with his mother, Princess Diana, and his younger brother. Previously, unseen images have been talked about to show William with his mother, Princess Diana, on his first visits to the passage in 1993. The visit happened in June 1993, just before William turned 11. He was seen playing chess with a man in the shelter. According to reports, William has not mentioned Harry by name in public since a joint interview with Princess Kate and Meghan for the Royal Foundation Forum in 2018. The documentary also shows poignant old photos of the two boys together, hinting that William's feelings toward Harry, who he calls Harold in private, are thawing. The two-part documentary aired at 9 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday, October 30th and 31 on ITV1 and ITVX 2024. The Prince of Wales has opened up on feeling guilty about the homelessness crisis in Britain in a new documentary. The heir to the throne also mentioned his brother, Prince Harry, during the documentary in what appeared to be an olive branch amid their feud. The heir to the throne offered a rare glimpse into his efforts to address this pressing issue. William, now 42 years old, recalled his first visit to a homeless shelter at the age of 11 and admitted to feeling personal guilt about the homeless crisis in Britain. In the documentary, William expressed a strong desire to take action. The ultimate ambition is to prove that they can prevent homelessness in these regions, so then others will come along and go. Prince William has carefully considered how to incorporate this cause into his role as heir to the throne. The prince acknowledged drawing inspiration from his mother's work, saying he has taken some inspiration and guidance from what his mother did, particularly with homelessness. Do you think Princess Charlotte will rise to her responsibilities in future? And what do you think of her upbringing? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.